working as assistant professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Welcome to the work lectures. Today we are going to discuss linear programming problem. Example, here we are taking one example. A furniture dealer deals in only 2-item tables and chairs. He has rupees 50,000. It has rupees 50,000 to invest and has storage space of at most 60 pieces. Okay. A furniture dealer deals in only 2 items, that is tables and chairs. He has rupees 50,000 to invest and has storage space of at most 60 pieces. A table cost of rupees 2,500 and a chair rupees 500. He estimates that from the sale of one table he can make a profit of rupees 250, and that from the sale of one chair a profit of rupees 75. He wants to know how many tables and chairs he should buy from the available money so as to maximize his total profit, assuming that he can sell all the items which he buy. Okay, what is the summary of this problem? One furniture dealer deals 2 items. Those are tables and chairs. He has the money, 50,000 investment he has, and he has a space, storage space is 60 pieces storage space he has, and the table cost is, he fixed the table cost is 2,500 rupees, and he fixed chair cost is 500 rupees. Okay, he estimates that from the sale he is going to gain, he's going to gain rupees 2,500, 250 from the table and 75 rupees from the chair. Okay, now our problem is maximization. Why? Because our goal is profit. Profit means it is a maximization type. If it is a cost means we are going to the minimization case. Coming to the solution, in this example we observe the dealer can invest his money in buying tables or chairs or combination thereof. Okay, if suppose just he want to buy tables. He have 50,000 rupees. Okay, rupees he has 50,000 rupees. He is going to purchase. If suppose, for example, 10 tables he purchased. What is the cost of table? 2,500 rupees. Okay. Total cost is 25,000. Okay, he purchased 10 tables. What is the profit of each table? See here. Profit of each table is 250 rupees. 250 into 10. From these 10 tables, here 2,500 rupees. Okay. Or otherwise, if suppose he purchased 10 chairs. Ten chairs he is going to purchase. Each chair cost is, what is the cost of the chair? 500 rupees. 500. So total cost is 5,000 for 10 chairs. From this he is going to earn 75 rupees from each. So total is going to earn 10 into 75. That is totally he gained 750 rupees from chairs. But our case is he had 50,000 rupees, but he don't know how to purchase chairs and how to purchase tables and the quantity. He has some confusion to buy the quantity. How much quantity we buy, how much profit we earn from this 50,000, he don't know earlier. That's why he is using this technique, linear programming problem, and he estimate the profit. How much he had and how many pieces he is going to purchase. Okay. Now the problem is how should he invest his money in order to get maximum profit. Okay, to answer this question, let us try to formulate the problem in a mathematical way. What is the rules for converting this problem into mathematical way? The rule one is objective function is required. Objective function. Then second one is constraints. Okay, these two are required to convert any problem into mathematical model. Okay, here what are the objectives? What is our main objective? Our main objective is this one. He can make a profit of rupees 250 and that from the sale of one chair a profit of 75. Okay, from these two items he is going to make profit. From table 250 rupees, from chair 75 rupees. Okay, that is our objective. That is our objective function. Okay. Here we are going to first let us assume x1. X1 is the number of tables and x2 is the number of chairs. Okay. Tables are we assumed as x1. Chairs we assumed as x2. Okay. These two are called as the decision variables. Decision variables. Okay. Next, second step, we find the non-negative. If any negative is there, we are going to convert that into the non-negative. Here there is no negative. That's why we have taken the another constant is non-negative constant x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0. If we have more than two products, we add another decision variables in this equation. Okay. Here only we have two variables. That's why we are taking x1 and x2. It is a non-negative constant. Okay, next coming to the next one. Here x1, x2. What are the x1, x2? Tables and chairs. The dealer is constrained by the maximum amount he can invest. Okay. How much he is going to invest? He had 50,000 rupees. He has 50,000 rupees and storage space is only 60 pieces. He can invest. Here it is rupees 50,000 and by the maximum number of items he can store only 60. It does not exceed. Okay, these are the constraints. So here we are going to convert these values into the equations. These values into the constraints. Here they are given the maximum amount. Maximum amount means that is the upper limit they are given. They are decided. It does not exceed 50,000. If suppose it is at least means we take less than or equal to their constraint. Okay, there they are given already they are given that it is a maximization type. That's why we are taking less than or equal to type constraint. Here I wrote how many with the worth of 50,000. How many they are going to purchase? They are going to purchase x1 table, x2 chairs. Then we don't know the how many quantity. So here what is the 2,500? 2,500 is the cost of the table, 500 is the cost of the chair. Okay, our maximum profit is, our investment constraint is 50,000 rupees. Okay. Next, I converted this into this form. Here, I divided by both sides by 500 rupees. From this 500 x1, x2 less than or equal to 100. Okay, this is constraint 1, equation 1. Next, coming to the storage space, another constraint is there. Here also, the maximum number of items he can store. Here it is 60. The maximum means it is also greater than or equal to 10. If they mention it is at least 60 means we take 60. But here they are given maximum means they are given maximum number means less than or equal to 60. If they give at least means we take this constraint greater than or equal to 10. In our case we choose less than or equal to 10 constraint. Okay. Here the mathematical formulation of LPP. The dealer wants to invest in such a way so as to maximize his profit. Which way? Here. Our objective function is maximize the profit. Maximize the profit means how we maximize the profit? What is the profit? What is the profit here? From tables, profit is 250 rupees. From chase, profit is 75 rupees. Already it is defined in our problem. That's why we choose it. And here the profit is a function. That's why we choose. Object function is a maximization. If the cost is a objective function, if the cost is a function, we choose minimization. Okay, but our case, profit is a function. Okay, profit is a function. That's why we choose objective function is maximization type. Here, what are the 250 here? Profit. What profit? After each table, profit is 250 rupees. We are fixing, and the profit of the chair is 75 rupees after selling. Okay, we have to get this. Next, subject to the constraints. Here, what are the constraints? Already they decided to invest the money. What is the money? He is going to invest 50,000 rupees only. That is the maximum amount. Okay, that's why we have taken 50,000 rupees is a maximization type, less than or equal to 50,000, and he is going to purchase with the cost of 2,500 rupees of table and 500 rupees of chair. I converted this by dividing the 500, we get this equation. Okay. Next, second one is this is total investment constraint. Investment constraint. And what is the second constraint? What is the second constraint? Second constraint, we have storage space. So it had only 60 pieces storage space. It is the second constraint, storage constraint. Here tables, and here he is going to sell only 2 items. Those are tables and chairs. So that's why here we are taking x1 plus x2 is equal to less than or equal to 60. These two are the constraints. What are the constraints? Investment cost and storage. What is the objective function? Profit after selling. How much profit we are, that is maximized. From this we can get the total number of chairs, how many he is going to sell, and total number of tables, how many he is going to sell, and how much he earn after selling. We get from these equations. Those are we obtained. Those are we obtained, or those are we solved by the help of another linear programming models. What are the linear programming models are available? Linear programming models are graphical method, simplex method, transportation method, assignment model. These are the linear programming models. Here we are going to apply any one of these model. Okay, but here so far we discussed only graphical method. That's why I am going to implement graphical method to this problem. Here, what are the rules for the graphical method? First, we have to check the decision variables. If the decision variables are less than or equal to 2, simply we apply the graphical method, or the graphical method is applicable for only two variables. If it exceeds, we are going for another model. Here we have only 2 decision variables, those are x1 and x2. That's why we choose the graphical method for solving this problem. Okay, see this graphical method of solving LPP. What is the question? Find solution using graphical method. What are these constraints? Which constraint is one? Investment constraint. This is storage constraint. Okay, this is the objective function. Okay, now I am going to solve this in the graphical method. What is the rules for solving the graphical method? First, rule 1. Or what are the steps involved to solve the graphical method? Step 1. We check the decision variables. If the problem having two decision variables, simply we choose the graphical method. Step 1 is satisfied. Here only we have two decision variables. Okay, next coming to the second one. What is the second one? We convert linear inequalities into equalities. We convert less than or equal to or greater than or equal to type constants into equality. These are the inequalities. We convert to equality. Second step we have to do. Then coming to the third step, we convert equations into coordinates. Like from this equation here, we have converted inequalities into equalities and we get some equations. From that equation, we find the coordinates. Okay, then fourth step. After finding the coordinates, we are going to plot the coordinates. We are going to plot the coordinates on a graph. Okay, after plotting, we are going to identify the feasible region. We will find the feasible region. How we find the feasible region? How we obtain the feasible region? From the coordinates, from the plots, from the graph, we find the feasible region. If the constant is less than or equal to type, we shade the area above the line or upwards the origin we shade it. Greater than or equal to type. If the constant is greater than or equal to type. If the constant is less than or equal to type, we shade the below the line towards the origin. From this we find the feasible region. Feasible region means it is the combination of two lines, or it is the combination of linear equations series. It is a less than or equal to type equation, it is a greater than or equal to type equation. So this area is called as feasible region. Feasible region. Then finally, sixth step, what we find? We find the optimal solution. How we find the optimal solution? From the feasible region, we take the coordinates. Those coordinates we substituted into the objective function. From that, based on the objective function case, we find the optimal solution. And the objective function is a maximization type. We choose the maximum value. We choose the maximum value from where we get that coordinate is called as the optimal point, and optimal solution we obtain from that coordinate. If it is a minimization case, here from this feasible region, where which point it gives the less value, that is called as the minimum point or minimal optimal point. So the solution is called as the minimum solution. Okay, coming to our problem. Here we have two constraints, constraint 1 and constraint 2. Constraint 1 is the investment constraint and constraint 2 is the storage constraint. Okay, here I am going to take first constraint, investment constraint. Investment constraint is 5x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 100. Here I am going to convert this inequality into equality. Why we are converting? It is a rule, it is a step for solving a problem in a graphical method. We have to convert the inequalities into equalities. Okay, here I converted 5x1 plus x2 is equal to 100. Okay, and here I give the number equation 1. From this equation, we are going to find the coordinates x1 and x2 values. We are going to find from this equation, from this relation. First, I assume when I take x1 is equal to 0, then we are going to find x2 value. Here 5x1, 5x1. In the place of x1, I substituted 0, and x2 is equal to, we find x2 is equal to 100. We get. Okay, this is point A. A is 0, 100. From each coordinate, from each equation, we get two coordinates. If the variables are more than 2, we get more number of coordinates we will get. Here only we have 2 coordinates means we are going to get, here only we have 2 decision variables means we are going to get 2 coordinates only. Okay, next. If we assume x2 is equal to 0, then we get x1 value 5x1 plus 0 is equal to 100. From this we get x1 is equal to 20. The p coordinate is 20, 0. 20, 0. Here first 20, 0. Sorry. Here the coordinate A is 0, 100. What is the 0? x1 value, and 100 is x2 value. Here 20, 0 b coordinate. x1 is 20, x2 is 0. Similarly, we are going to calculate the coordinates for second constraint. What is this constraint? This constraint is a storage constraint. Storage constraint. Here we convert the inequalities into equalities. Here we have the less than or equal to type. So simply we take x1 plus x2 is equal to 60. Then when x1 is equal to 0, here we substitute x1 is equal to 0 in this equation. 1 of 0 plus x2 is equal to 60. From this x2 we get x2 equal to 60. The point C is 0, 60. Okay. Next, when x2 is equal to 0, then we find the x1 value. Here we substitute x2 is equal to 0 in this equation. x2 is equal to 0, we get x1 is 60. The coordinate D is 60, 0. See, I tabulated in this table the C point and D point. Okay. Next, here what we did? We converted the inequalities into equalities. Then we found coordinates. Then what we are going to do? We are going to plot these constraints. Okay, we are going to plot these constraints. Here first, in x-axis we take the variable is x1, and y-axis we take the variable is x2. Okay, here we know the coordinates. First coordinate is 0, 100. Suppose if we assume 0, 100 a point, then b point is 20, 0. If we have 20, 0 is here, this is a b point. See this. Next, this is for equation 1. x1 plus 5x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 100 case, we have this. It is a less than or equal to type constraint. That's why we are going to shade the below area, below the line, or towards the origin. Next, what is the second constraint? Second constraint is x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 60. Here the coordinate points are C, 0, 60, and D, 60, 0. Simply again we are going to shade. It is also less than or equal to type constraint. Again we are going to shade this area. This equation belongs to x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 60. Here now we are going to find the feasible region from this graph. Here, this is for second equation. This is for first equation. What is the first equation? 5x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 100. Here x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 60. Okay. Here from this we find the feasible region. This is the feasible region. This feasible region is obtained from these two constraints. What are the coordinates of this feasible region? Coordinate 1 is 0, comma 0. Next coordinate 2 is A, 20, comma 0. Next coordinate E, 10, comma 50. Next coordinate C, 60, comma 0, comma 60. 0, comma 60. These are the boundaries of the feasible region. Okay, these are the coordinates of the feasible region. From these coordinates, we are going to find the maximum value. We are going to find the maximum value. Why we are going to find the maximum value? Our objective function is a maximization type. That's why we are going to find the maximum value. Here first I would like to take 0, comma 0. We are going to substitute this 0, comma 0 into the objective function. What is the 0? First 0 belongs to x1 and second 0 belongs to x2. x1 means tables, x2 means chairs. Here 0, comma 0. 250 of 0 plus 75 of 0 is equal to total is 0 at first point. Coming to the second point, A, 20, comma 0. We are going to substitute this value into the objective function. Finally, we get 5000. What is this? What is this value? 0 and 5000. These are the profits. After selling all products, he is going to get the value. He is going to get the profit. He is going to earn this much of amount. Okay. Next, third point is 10, comma 50. 250 of 10 plus 75 of 50 is equal to 6250. Next C point, 250 of 0 plus 75 of 60 is equal to 4500. From these four, which one is the maximum? At which point we get the maximum? At E point. E point we get the maximum value. What is the maximum value amount? What is the maximum amount? 6250 rupees we earned from these two items. Okay. Here the maximum value of the object function Z is 6250 occurs at the extreme point of 10, comma 50. What is the 10? Number of tables and 50 number of chairs. Hence the optimal solution to the given LP problem is this 6250. After selling the product, after selling the 10 tables and 50 chairs, he is going to get 250 rupees profit. Okay. These are the exercise problems to you. You solve this and mail me. Okay. Maximize. First problem is a maximization case. Second one is minimization. Third, maximize, minimize, maximize. Here I give 10 problems for your practice. You solve these problems. Okay. Coming to the summary. What we discussed here. First we formulate the LPP problem in a mathematical model. Here we formulated and we calculated the LP problem by the help of graphical method. After solving this problem, we get the optimal solution. And here I said some exercise to your practice. Okay. Now I am going to conclude this lecture. From this lecture, I used some equations and images. Those are collected from open source. This content is only used for academics purpose. It is not used for any commercial use. Okay, thank you.